How's it going today, YouTube, and welcome back to Shaner's Mechanic Life. Do you have a Kubota Skidsteer, something like this SVL95-2S or something very similar? You're using it, working away, and all of a sudden you hear a warning buzzer and it shuts down. You look down by the hour meter and you see this warning. Now that code E9310 means starter turn on limited. Basically the computer has seen a problem and it's not letting the engine start, just basically protecting itself. Now that 9310, that isn't the problem. Generally there's another code that causes that. Something similar to these. E9307, engine exhaust temperature, DOC inlet, not as specified. E9309, engine exhaust temperature, DPF outlet, is not as specified. Or another code that would cause the same thing is E9308, which is engine exhaust temperature, DOC outlet, not as specified. Well, in this video I'm going to show you a few basic things you can check yourself that may take care of all these problems. Open up your engine compartment and check all your intake plumbing coming off the turbo, going through the cooler, back to the intake. Make sure all the clamps are tight, aerial hoses are on. Not quite often the hose I find blows off the most is if you look down at the turbo, the outlet hose, it comes off, goes up to the intercooler. Quite a bit, it'll pop off. And also check your air filter. Make sure it's nice and clean and it's not restricted in any way. Next, you want to check your fuel system for restrictions. Go down to the side, and this first one here, you can see that's your water separator. That orange ring on the bottom will float on top of water. So looking at that, there's no water in that water separator. It's straight fuel. As you get water in it, you'll see that orange ring raise up. And the filter in behind it, the white one, that's your fuel filter. You want to make sure that's clean and not restricted. Whereas the water separator is more of a visual check. You can't really tell the fuel filter is restricted by looking at it. So try spinning a new one on, making sure you prime the system before you start it. With all those exhaust temperature codes, the computer won't let the starter start the engine until your temperature gets down to a certain point. So after you make sure your hoses are all secure, tight, and no leaks, your air filter is good and clean, and the water's drained out of the water separator, and you got a new fuel filter on, you can get into the cab and try starting it. Now your exhaust temperature will definitely get much higher when it's going through a regen, because it's basically burning off all that soot and stuff in the exhaust system. So if it's going to have a temperature problem, that'll be when it happens, and it'll shut down. So you get in, start it up. And once its regen is completed, hopefully you have no problems. This one's good to go. I hope I was able to help someone get their Kubota up and running with this video. It's amazing how just a few minor little problems can cause your machine just to come to a halt. After all, the computer sees the exhaust temperature going sky high, it just shuts itself off to basically save itself and save you money in the long run. Well, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, hit the subscribe button, notification bell on the bottom right hand corner. Well, that's it for tonight, everybody. Have a good night, and thanks for watching.